So I have some rather interesting news. Remember how I kept alluding to I'm moving into a new studio at some point? And that's because the truth is I really am. It's just I never had a specific date. Well, despite that, I still don't really have a specific date. I do know for certain I am moving upstairs again. I know. Moving all over the place in less than 7 days. So because of that, I'm going to film one last video down here so that way I can actually remember what it was like to film down here, because I mean this was where I really took things gung-ho. It was on this floor, so because this was where my YouTube network has really grown so far, I've decided that, you know what, let's capture some memories because this was where they were made, at least a lot of them. So I'm going to give one more studio tour of this entire place and show you all of my setups for doing my stuff. So let me flip the camera and let's take a tour. So first thing you see when you walk from downstairs is you get into here. Now obviously I sleep where I work because unfortunately I can't afford to work somewhere else. And yes, I know, I am practically a slob. I do my best to make sure this doesn't get on camera, except for the desk over there, because that's always a mess. But yeah, if you thought the desk is a mess, you have not seen the rest of my room. So yeah, I'm a complete slob. Messy stuff over here. I still gotta bring this to the shower. Jeez. Got my alarm clock with my iPod right there. Here, and as well as normally all the stuff currently on my bed, this is typically on the chair, but I had to clear that because I just filmed a couple other videos today, and oh, yeah, that's new actually, and it won't stay that way for very long. But basically once I am ready to film, I clear all of this junk off of the chair, set up my tripod, place the camera on it, and then film whatever video I'm filming. Usually I'm filming the drive videos here now because I decided to make my desk a permanent tech set because I was getting bored of filming in the same spot all the time. So I decided to switch things up, though that's not going to remain that way for long. The monitor here is new actually, because the thing was I originally moved from here because this set is kind of boring. It's just a blue wall and a white wall with a chair right here and a window showing off our snowy yard that's half melted. It was just getting boring, so I decided to add an extra element, which is, well, depending on whatever channel I'm filming on, the channel logo for it. So, and powering that is this Acer monitor and my MacBook Pro from 2011. I still can't believe I used that thing. Running via this janky adapter setup, all plugged in over here. In fact, this monitor actually fritzed out on me earlier this week, so oh yeah, that was fun. But this is where I film the videos that don't really have a dedicated set like the tech set I have here. And speaking of the tech set, this is where the new angle where I've been filming. I've basically place my tripod here, and then I film here, put my Tech Channels logo on the iMac. And yeah, actually I got a new desk as well, so I guess I'll quickly do one last desk tour. Again, it's been updated again since I've got the AirPods Pro. I finally found them, by the way. They're right here on my wireless charger. More on that in a second. My Lego iPhone 10. Yes, I made this when the iPhone 10 came out because, oh man, that is one beautiful phone. A phone that I could never afford even though I got the XS Max. Pencil mug, which is so jam-packed of stuff. My iPhone XS Max box, which I am so proud to keep. I am not allowing anyone to throw this away or toss it in the recycling because it makes a great set piece. Other various junk, I know, it's not the cleanest. There's even more junk on top. In fact, this is the only USB-C to Lightning cable I have. It came with my AirPods Pro, and I've only used it twice. Once for the AirPods, once for my iPhone itself. Other than that, it's mostly junk up here. Oh, here's the knife I use for unboxings. And yes, I know how to use it. Can of air to blow out the dust that was in here when I originally got the iMac. Over here we have the almost forgotten, but not entirely, iPhone 5C. Yes, it is broken. I still need to get a display for it and figure out how to repair that, as well as a couple other boxes. I used to have a different type of earbuds before my AirPods Pro, and I kept the boxes of those behind there because they're nothing special, nothing recognizable. And one thing I gotta say, do not get those kinds because the truth is, the charging case sucks. The earbuds sound amazing and the batteries are great, but the charging case sucks. The reason why I have 2 of them is because, one, the charge port failed on me like 3 weeks after I got it, and the second one, well, that's also got a problem because the battery doesn't even hold a charge. I can charge it, but it doesn't hold the charge. So I finally got those taken care of by actually getting a set of AirPods Pro, and these have been amazing. I love them. I also have my iPod Touch case. I've mentioned I've had an Android tablet before. Here is the box for that. It's a Samsung Galaxy Tab A. I am really hoping to get that replaced with an iPad very quickly. This was the box to my first phone with a SIM card in it, actually. My Samsung Galaxy A50, which is now under the ownership of my mom because she badly needed an upgrade. She was using an S5. I also keep the headphone dongle box here for some reason. I don't know why. Various other pieces of junk because, of course, it wouldn't be my desk if it didn't have a lot of junk. And then the star of the show here, we have my 2009 iMac. This is the computer I edit most of my videos on because that's assuming I'm not traveling. From 2009, using Jellycomb peripherals because I can't afford the Magic accessories. Wireless chargers right next to it. Phone stand for when I'm charging my phone, and then wireless charging puck for my AirPods, which I actually got recently. I still recommend using these for cleaning. They're not sponsored, or they're not sponsoring me or anything, but I do have to say, if you need to clean glasses, cameras, goggles, even your phone screen, use these. These are amazing. And then, of course, I have my editing earbuds, as I like to call them. They're actually just the regular earpods that came out of the box with my iPod Touch. I haven't had much of a use for them, and the reason why I use these is because, believe it or not, there's actually a significant delay between the iMac and my AirPods, and it was true of any earbuds, so I use a wired connection for that reason. I also use a wired connection for the last setup that I'll show you. But yeah, this is basically the editing desk where I do most of my stuff. And there's one more set I have yet to show you. I just have to go set it up real quick. Whoa, where did everything go? I'll show you. So, because I have a music setup, I need to bring everything all the way over to this keyboard over here. And yes, I know, this basement is a mess. So let me show you what this looks like, because this is something no one has ever really seen, actually. So typically I have a stool here, except that's currently being used to hold up the other monitor in the other room, so no stool at the moment. And also, right where I'm standing, I usually have my guitar here, except that's currently in the shop getting worked on, because one of my frets is out of place to the point where it's skipping a note. Yeah, not good. But typically I have my guitar here, and to mark that, this is the cord I use to plug my guitar into the iMac. Yes, I do use the iMac over here, and it's not great, and I'll explain why. Yeah, I plug my guitar in through here, plug it in through this mixer, which is an Allen and Heath mixer. I already unboxed this on the, I think I unboxed this on this channel. So yeah, this is where the mixer usually stands, other controls, etc., etc. Basically, I plug in all of my instruments, which is primarily just my guitar and my microphone over there, and then use a USB to plug it into the iMac. And that's why I needed to free all of my USB ports, because I need 2 of them, and 2 of them were taken up. So by the mixer and this keyboard by Yamaha, I do not remember which particular model it is. I think, oh, here's the manual right here. This is the model of keyboard if you want the same keyboard I have here. And this is quite a keyboard. I got 400 different instruments to choose from on this keyboard alone, though none of them are used because this is literally just being used as an MIDI keyboard for GarageBand, which is the program I use to make the music in the first place. But as a standalone keyboard, this is also amazing because you got like over 400 different instruments to choose from. So 489 plus 1, I don't know why it has that 0 there, but okay. So that would be 400 and, oh, so nearly 500 different instruments to choose from. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of instruments to choose from on this. Yeah, this is one nice keyboard. But yeah, basically through USBs, I plug everything in via the back of the iMac. There it is. Leaving one USB port left again, and that's why I needed to free them all up. And of course, I have an extension cable here so that way I can use my earbuds. So that way when I am recording my voiceovers done on this microphone here that I just swing out like this, it doesn't pick up the actual soundtracks coming from here. It'll just pick up my voice. And yeah, I know it's resting on the keyboard right there, but it's keeping it from hanging, which my ears do not like the weight of. And yeah, everything's working just great. Plus, I never really used that key anyways, So what's the problem with this setup? Let me step back for a bit. Yeah, we're at an angle here. And the reason being is because of this. Now, if the chin actually didn't existed and it really was up to this black bezel point, I literally could slide the iMac underneath the keyboard because there's room from the stand. But the chin's there, so I can't do that. So in order to make room for the iMac, I have to push the keyboard forward. But if I do that, then I got no room for my keyboard and mouse. So I have to have everything at an angle like this. It works, but it is not preferred at all. And then this is my attempt to make some sound editing. So that is essentially the working environment I have been in for the past almost a year. It won't even be a year since I've moved down here. I can't remember. I think it was around May. End of April, around May, somewhere in there. So, yeah, it hasn't even been a full year yet, and yet I'm already leaving the studio next week. So, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a change, and you guys will probably like the new studio because, for one, I am getting a new desk. I'm finally getting something cleaner than this thing with junk because the desk is literally falling apart. So new desk, much cleaner, and the room itself is going to be a lot larger, and I'm going to be there for a lot longer than I have been down here. I already knew coming down here this would be temporary, so it's been about a year, and yeah, that's temporary enough. So the original plan was to move into the room I was moving into. The problem was we needed to wait for some construction going on, which has finally finished last year. The only thing was we needed to insulate it because, well, it's a little cold up here. Now that that's insulated, after we get carpeting in, which is coming in a couple days, we're essentially ready to move up. I'm essentially ready to move up into that room, which was the original plan from the get-go. So it'll be really nice because that room is huge. I'll give you a studio tour once everything's moved in up there. And yeah, that's essentially it. The studio's been pretty great to be in for the past almost a year. Made a lot of memories down here with the videos I made because I essentially started ramping my video production up down here. Yeah, this was definitely something. So yeah, I guess we'll have to say goodbye to it. All right, thanks for watching. Do me a favor and interact with the stuff below. My name is Alpha DeWolf, Random Alpha, signing out.